How do you build a scalable business without actually drowning in all of the work and hiring the right type of roles, the right type of A players, so you can become the business owner who actually works on its business and doesn't get lost and drowned in the daily operation and basically becomes a glorified freelancer? This is the question that I'll be tackling today in this video, while at the end of this video, you'll have a very concrete understanding of how to build and scale your business, which roles are crucial, and also like when not to hire, and also the moments that you should be considering to hire the right people. This is a very nuanced area where ever since I've been building my business for the last 3 years, I've hired team members, I've scaled up, but I also hired the wrong people at the wrong time. And that costs money, but also a tremendous amount of time, which can really set you back in building and scaling your business. And this is why there's going to be a ton of value in this video that I want to share with you to give you a better understanding of how you can actually build this scalable business. Now, I'm on my own journey of building a 100K per month business, and I've been studying very closely the mentors that I've been working with who have built multi-million-dollar coaching businesses. And based on their models and based on the clever positions and the A players that they have hired, I created this model to give you an insight as well as for myself on like when to hire which people at what stage, and also share you my lessons and my learnings and my mistakes that I made of hiring the wrong people at the wrong time. So the main principle here is actually to move away as an operator in your business, the role that you will have when you start off in your business, to actually become the business owner of your company. That's the whole thing that we want to be building, because a lot of people get stuck here in the hustle phase, doing everything themselves, trying to get their first clients in, first testimonials, move to the plateau stage where they still do the same activities and they never reach the CEO phase because they don't have the systems, they don't have the right type of people. And with this model, I want to give you the insights on how to hire and whom at what time. So to start off here, you start off in the hustle phase, you do everything yourself, right? You're a jack of all trades. You're doing the editing, the filming, the outreach, the sales calls, client delivery, everything you are doing yourself, which is absolutely necessary because you're in the stage where you're learning about your business, you're learning how to get clients, your lead systems, you're learning how to talk to people, sales calls. That's all good. And this is where you get very, very scrappy and you get uncomfortable and you do all the work that a lot of people don't want to be doing. And a great quote there is like, if you want to get to the 1% that people want, you need to do the 99% of what people don't want to do. So in this phase, you are doing everything yourself, but you have a lot of time, right? Time is your main leverage here. You probably don't have a lot of money, at least in your business, in your profit, so you have time. So this is what you're leveraging here between 0 to 5K per month. And once you start to get in your first clients, your first 5 to 10 clients, you're getting in a bit of revenue. The key here is to understand what activities you have and what are the most time-consuming activities. And you want to outsource the ones which have the lowest ROI. The repetitive tasks that cost you a lot of money, they cost you a lot of time, but don't necessarily give you the quickest and the biggest return of your investment. How to actually track this? This is a good hack I can give you myself. I actually keep track of all the activities that I do. So I put this timer and I actually keep track here of how much time every activity takes me. So I know exactly how much time I'm spending on scripting, filming, editing, outreach, client delivery, creating content like this. So this gives you a really good insights in terms of how much time you're spending on which activity. And that forms the basis also to actually start and outsource. Now, usually the first role you want to be outsourcing, which is a high intensity task, meaning it gives you a lot of, it costs you a lot of time, which can be outsourced for a relatively low amount. It's your editor. It's an editor that can help you with post-production. So you're going to be removing yourself here from post-production videos. stuff that you can create. It needs to be you doing the content creation. I would not recommend trying to outsource the content creation. This is what I did in the beginning when I was still on LinkedIn. I tried to outsource my copywriting, but this is actually one of the key elements in your business of like finding your tone of voice, finding your message, getting your marketing out there. So I would not recommend outsourcing your marketing itself. That's something else. But the editing, the post-production is something you can outsource for about $30, 20 to $30 per 60 seconds of a video. And that would save you already a couple of hours per week on video editing, which you can put in your outreach, in your sales calls, in your content creation. So the first thing you want to be outsourcing is an editor, which goes for, let me put that here, for about $30 for 60 seconds. So it could cost you a couple of $100, maybe like $300 per month if you are outsourcing this for all your video creation. Plus the benefit, of course, will be this person is most likely better at editing your videos than you are. So you'll have more engagement, probably more leads. So this is why you want to be hiring this person, usually as a freelancer. They don't necessarily have to come on board as an actual team member. Now this is where you'll get a lot of leverage of having an absolute weapon of an appointment setter, someone who can go into your DMs and speak on behalf of you, speak on behalf of your personal brand with your prospect, with the people in the DMs, coming in from your lead generation systems, coming in from your content, coming in from your ads. You want to have a really, really good appointment setter. And this is, guys, this is a crucial role. So don't underestimate the importance of this role. And I highly recommend here to apply the principle of hiring slow, firing fast, because you want to have someone that is absolutely driven, that really wants to build your business, believes in your vision, and is driven by the commissions that you're paying them. This is a crucial role, and usually you pay them between 5 to 10% commission. Now, it took me a while to understand and asking like why, because I hired setters before when I was still in the hustle phase, meaning like I didn't have much revenue, and I hired people fully based on like a flat fee, which cost me a lot of money, and also hired people on commission. But basically, if you're still here, if you're still in the hustle phase and you don't have a consistent lead flow, it will be very difficult for the setter to actually convert these leads. And if they're based on commission, if it's 10% of 5,000, then they get $500 per month for all the hours that they're putting in. Most likely they won't stick around for long, or you're going to be finding very low quality setters. Plus, you won't have a good understanding of how to have the DM conversations yourself with your prospects. So that's why it's recommended to actually hire a setter if you're above consistent 10 to 15K per month, because then you have an inbound flow of leads. You have the experience, and for the setter, it becomes more interesting to actually be setting for you because you're going to be getting a commission. Still 10% of 10,000, it's $1,000 per month, which isn't really high. So you can play around. If you have a low inbound lead flow and you're still low on revenue, you can give them perhaps a little bit of a higher percentage. And the more you move yourself up in the revenue ladder, you can lower the percentage. Also here, it also depends on where your setter is from. If they are, for instance, from the Netherlands, where your rent is already $2,000 per month, you're going to be needing a lot more inbound lead, a lot more revenue to satisfy your setter and to make sure the setter is also getting paid what they want to get paid for. If you're hiring from other countries where the minimum wages are a lot lower, you'll probably find more driven people. So it also highly depends on the motivation of your setter and where you are hiring and the expectations that they have for the income and the revenue that you are making at that time. Again, do not underestimate this, the importance of this role and this person, because this also forms the culture of your company as one of the key first roles of part of your team. And you're going to be removing yourself from the DMs, which is an absolute blessing, because if you have a good setter, if you have a good lead flow, calls will be booked in on behalf of you, so you can really focus on content creation, sales, and customer delivery, which is usually the more fun stuff that we like to enjoy and like to do as a business owner. Now, this is another big one I'm passionate about, because this is a mistake that I made as well, and I'm like eager to share my mistakes with you guys. Is I tried to create a course here all the way at the beginning. I was somewhere here, made the mistake when I just started my business, had the idea, fell into the trap of, record it once, sell it forever, that beautiful marketing slogan. A lot of course sellers trying to convey to you. And that cost me a lot of time and a lot of wasted energy of trying to create something, trying to create a course while I actually didn't have my clients yet. So that's why it's important to get clients, get in 20, 30, 40 clients, understand what questions they are asking, not basing your course material on hypothetical stuff that you think that they need, but actually put in the effort to work with them on a one-on-one basis, so that you have better insights in what they need, but you also are able to get them better results, and from there start to create a course. Because how can you create course material if you haven't really worked with the people before? Often this is our brain just looking for quick wins, workarounds of not wanting to do the actual work. And the work of an entrepreneur, specifically in these phases, is not glamorous, but it's stuff that needs to happen. But if you're there, right, if you are around 25, 30K, you can create that course, which will help you to remove yourself from teaching the same concepts over and over again, right? So for my clients, this is teaching them how to create a follower ad script, how to do the lead flow, the appointment setting. This is all where I have modules for, so I don't need to repeat myself over and over again, and my clients can just learn at their own pace. So by here, you're removing yourself from teaching the concepts, and you already have, if you're here, you have built a scalable business with an editor, a setter, course creator. So by now, you're most likely moved into group coaching, where you have course backup, you have consistent clients coming in, and you're still doing the sales calls, because this is the highest leverage that you can do, being on the call, talking to people. So I highly recommend to keep postponing this outsourcing as long as you can, because this is where you hear the objections, where you speak to people, where you hear their pain points. This is all golden nuggets to actually create better content, to shatter their limiting beliefs, to shatter their objections in the content that you are creating. So as soon as they hop on a call with you, they're actually convinced about your product, about your model. So you want to keep doing that, but the more people you get on board, the more thinly spread you will be in terms of the attention that you can give to your clients. And the more clients you'll have, the more questions you'll have. You want to make sure you balance out the amount of sales that you're doing, and at the same time still make sure you get great client results. So if you are between 40 to 50K per month, this will be a great time to actually start hiring a CSM, a customer success manager, or an additional coach that can really really give the attention that your clients need to keep those consistent results, keep them accountable, answer their questions, so that you can remove yourself from that. You can remove yourself from the coaching and delivery. I would still recommend you to be involved with a few group calls perhaps per week, or create an ascension offer where you move your people upwards, where your prices increase and your one-on-one offer becomes more of a higher investment, so people can pay more for your time, and where your coach or CSM can take over the additional or the activities from you, while you make your time more exclusive. And a coach or a CMS, you would pay around $60 to $80 an hour. Eventually, the very last thing, and this is also what I see a lot of people, specifically people starting off, they're like, I'm not good at sales, I want to outsource sales, I'm not really a salesperson. The only fucking thing you should be doing is selling and speaking to your clients. you are the best person to be selling your product because you know the transformation you can deliver, you know what it's about, you know how good you are. And again, you're close here, as close as you can to your clients, to your prospects. And this is all great input for your marketing, for anything that you create. Because here, this is yeah, you're speaking directly to your prospects. You're hearing everything. So yeah, up until you are above 60, 70K per month, and like you are booked out with sales calls, then I would say hire a closer who you by then can also educate on how the closing calls are structured, which scripts, which objections, how to do the discovery phase, how to pitch, all of that. And then, of course, the leverage that you will be getting is that the closer should be better at closing than you are. So your closing rate will increase. So maybe if you're doing 50%, your closer will get you up to 60 or 70%. This also makes a massive amount of difference when it comes to your revenue. So this is where you want to be looking at a closer. And yeah, really when it's higher when it hurts is the golden rule here. So if you are fully packed, then it's the time to actually start to outsource. And guys, boom, by here you've moved from here to actually the CEO phase, the CEO stage, where you no longer are working as an operator, but you're working as a business owner, where you have a lot of really good skilled team members, weapons of people who are great at what they do and actually believe in your mission and are able to like keep scaling and keep delivering great client results. So yeah, this is it in a nutshell. I highly recommend you take this advice wisely, because I've been there where I hired the wrong roles too quickly, cost me a lot of time, and I still see people doing this, that they made their first 5K month, they're over the moon, they're like, yes, we're now gonna fucking scale, we hired this entire team, and they hired too soon, and it just costs a lot of money and it costs a lot of time. So take your time to actually go through these stages and learn, and then actually hire. Great, guys. So this is the end of the video. If you like this stuff, I'm also sharing a ton of value every day on Instagram. Link is down below. Feel free to subscribe, where I will share also on Instagram on a daily basis golden nuggets like these. And I will see you in the next video.